Hi, so this is a tutorial video on how to contribute language or configure your language on Varnam. So before we start, you have to first install Varnam. So after installing Varnam, you can choose whatever language you want to test for. This tutorial will be about using Malayalam scheme as a base to, wait, how do I stop showing this? Yeah, to show Malayalam using Malayalam as a base to contribute to Hindi. And before after you download that, you can see Varnam CL. If I type this and some Malayalam word, it will give you see that the output is kind of coming out wrong because the rendering in terminal might not work correctly. So in this case, we can redirect the output to a file and use that file as to show the output. So I will be redirecting the output with this greater than symbol log file. If I enter it out, you can see that the file has now been created. Now I can open that with the text editor, whatever I want, and I can see the output of the command. So the output will, if you open it in a good editor, it will be perfectly fine. You can see the output without any problem. Now, after we have Varnam installed, let's look at how we can change the configurations of a language file. So this is a schemes repository where the language is all stored, and I can clone this repo, or you can download the zip file as well. So if I clone it, I can use git to clone. Git clone. Okay, the folder is already there because I have already cloned it here. Now, if I go to the schemes, let me check out everything. I don't mind that comment. So this is our clean repository in schemes. Now you can see that in the schemes folder that we have just downloaded or we have just cloned, there are a lot of files here. So the language definitions are all stored in another schemes folder inside the schemes, where there's each language code. So Malayalam is looking like this. So this is a scheme file. So I will open that in editor, and on this, and if you open the file, you can see the language definitions are already here. So there we go, A for A for so on and so on and on. There we go. So it's showing up correctly. Everything is there. So this is how the languages are configured. Now I can show a demo of how we will use this file to use for Hindi. So now let's open the Hindi folder, HI, and there's already a scheme there. So I'm going to make a backup of this HI backup, and then I will copy the Malayalam scheme over to that, and I'll be replacing that with Hindi scheme. Okay, so that's one. Now you can see that there are some folders on top of the folder. So there are like a couple of other folder files here as well. And you can use this script to build a scheme. So we can compile a scheme from a language that to from the language source file to a part that is understandable by Varna, which is compiling the scheme file. So this is a scheme file. Now, if I compile this, if I run this command, you can see that there will be a new file created in the ML folder. So this is a new file created in the ML folder, and that is this ml.bsd. You can use the software to open this file. So you can use this software called SQLite browser. SQLite browser. If you install this software, SQLite browser, you can use that to open this file. So I'm going to open that with SQLite browser. Okay. Now you can see how the symbols look. So there's this table called symbols. This is basically a SQLite database file. So this database file will have a table called symbols, and that has all the mappings here. A for R, and so on. So if someone types A, it will give this particular output, so and on and on. And that is how this compilation works. Okay, so now there's one other thing that you need to understand. So if I go here and I want to type something here in a new file, I will switch the language to Varnam. So you can enable Varnam from the IBus engine. There's another tutorial for that. So after, you can see that when I type something, we can have suggestions here. Right? So if I type, let's say cha, you can see there are a lot of different types of cha is coming up. So how are these configured? Let's look into how that works. I think maybe Hindi would be better sir. Yeah, but let's see. I'm going to show it in uh, let's say, yeah. So let's see how CHA is formed here. Now I will open the Malayalam scheme file, and if I search for cha here, you can see that there are multiple definitions for cha, and so on. So in Varnam, there are two things that you need to understand. For each letter, or for each key combination, or each English letter, there are two results here: primary match. There's a primary mapping and there's a secondary mapping. Secondary mapping. So the problem this here is that I think in most of the Indian languages, na has two different na and na. That's two different things. For example, in another case would be na is one example. You can find another example. So like so, na can have two ambiguous values. One will be the na in Hindi, and the other will be na. So I think you can use let's say na Hindi. Yeah. So there's this na, and the other will be na. Yeah, right. Well, you get the point, right? So in our case, in Varnam's case, these two mappings need to be present. So you can see in NA. So this is another. Oh, we copied the old one. That is the old one. There we go. NA is here, right? I think there will be just N. Yeah, there we go. For small letter N, we will be giving na, and capital letter N will be giving na. Common thing that is seen in Varna. When you type the small letter, you will get the mapping of the one thing, and if you type capital N, it will give the other one. There we go. That's the case in Malayalam as well. So we can have those kind of mapping. So it depends on how we want to make the scheme in the way that you want. But then what happens when someone types NA? There's the possibility of having two values output, right? It can be now or now. So that can be also configured here. In Malayalam at least, you can see if you look at the scheme file, the way it is written, this bracket meaning that this is a primary combination. This is a primary match. So for KA, it will always give ka. And if we need secondary combination, like for example, KHA can give. So for getting this letter, it can be KHA as well as GHA. But GHA is a secondary mapping, meaning that it has less priority over the KHA mapping. So I can show this demonstration with the database here itself. So let's say I'm going to run the I'm going to make the query itself. Select from symbols. Where let's say if someone types NA, there are multiple ways to type it, right? So there's this match type. So this is the primary match. So primary matches will be giving the exact output NA giving you. And all of these are the possibility outputs. So for every letter, there will be only one match type one, meaning there is only one primary mapping. For all the secondary mappings, the order of how it should be shown is based on this weight column. And we make this weight column by analyzing how frequent or how what is the possible ways or what is the most frequent way of how it's being used. So this is being done by analyzing a lot of data set, Malawan data set, for example, and finding the combinations or finding the frequency of those values. So if I find the both NA value, the NA value, you can see that the this NA is more popular than this one, and this is lesser popular than this one. So hence why the order is like that. You can test this out by going to Varnam CLI ML advanced, and I will type, let's say, NA. And you can see the tokenization gives the priority to the primary mapping, and the next one will be based on how the popularity of the other symbols here. Okay, and if I show that example with Hindi, it's only one at a time because I don't think there's a secondary mapping here. So we need to fix that. So that's one bug you can fix it. Okay, so that's basically it. Now let's try making the Hindi scheme from Malayalam. So how do you start making a scheme? So you understand the primary mapping and secondary mapping point. Now let's go. So we copied the Hindi scheme, Malayalam scheme to the Hindi scheme file. So this is basically Malayalam scheme. So I'm going to open that file, and you can see that it's basically the Malayalam file. So I'm going to replace with the corresponding ones. The code is HI and so on and on. And now let's start with now let's have some unit tests. So there are unit tests here. You can go to the schemes repo, and you have a test folder, and the test folder you can see a Malayalam file there. So we already have a unit test for Malayalam. Let's make one for Hindi, replacing that to HI. Let's open that file. So it's basically currently at Malayalam point. Now you need to replace the references to Malayalam. First we start with here. Let's start with Hindi. Next we will need HI. And what else? Okay, so we have a list of test words that we have. I'm going to remove every one of them, and we have to replace that with the corresponding Hindi version. So we have a reverse translation as well. I'm going to comment this out for now, but we can add that later as well. So and I'm going to replace this one with. So this is Ruby, by the way. Everything is Ruby. Oh, I forgot to say that. This is also Ruby. This is also Ruby. Now I'm going to add some test words. So for testing, I think I will go with kitab. So kitab meaning book, right? So I can search for book in the no in book translated in Hindi. There we go. Uh, I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to give that here, kitab here. So the expected expression is that when I type it this one, I should get this out. Now, if I do, wait, I just need to run test file. So Ruby test slash run.rb. Oh, I forgot one thing. I need to add this to the run.rb file as well. So I have included Malayalam here. I should also include Hindi now. Run it, and you can see that there's one error here. Oh wait, I didn't compile Hindi. Okay, so we need to compile Hindi scheme as well. So previously I did it Malayalam. I'm going to compile Hindi. So you can see that this is the folder now. We have VS, but there's nothing there. I'm going to see Hindi. So I'm compiling Hindi. There we go. It's compiled. Now if I open this file with DB browser for SQLite, there we go. So how is the symbols looking like? So everything is currently Malayalam, but only one thing changed. The metadata we changed that from Hindi, right? So that's already changed, reflected here. Now, so we can combine these both commands here, like so. Varnam CLI SML no yes no you didn't run the unit test Ruby test slash because otherwise Varnam CLI will be making the system installed language. There you go, Ruby test slash run.rb, and this will fail now because the expectation is the Hindi output, but I'm getting the Malayalam output. Now to fix this, we need to find how the we can actually replace this letter wherever the reference is, and try replacing that with the Hindi one. So let's find where ka is. Okay, I think I need to get the K one. Yeah, K. So K is where this is happening. And I think Hindi doesn't have this exponent thing, so we don't need the KA, we just need K. I'm going to replace that ka with the ka in Hindi. So I can copy, this is one side where it will be useful. It's called UniView, and it will basically split the Unicode word into its different components. So there we go, we have ka here. I'm going to copy that ka. Then we have kitab, right? So if I run the test now, we can get one letter will be correct now. Ka will be replaced. Is it not replaced? Apparently not, oh, because I think it's key, right? Oh wait, I replaced this in the Malayalam screen. Sorry. I'm gonna remove that. So I'm going to find K here. Here we go. I'm going to replace that Ka. Try it again. And you can see that yeah, first word got replaced. Now we have still have some more things left. Now let's find the E one. Kitab. K I. I would be E, right? So we need to replace both of these things with a letter. Now this is the symbol form of I. I'm not exactly the vowel sign I, right? But we have two versions, right? We need it can't this one this thing doesn't exist in independently. It's a separate thing. So wait, I will uh, copy this character. This is difficult to copy. I will copy that character in the secondary part, and this will have the main E. Now where can I get that? Hindi letters I can search for Wikipedia. There now is the script, so we can E. There we go. There's E. So K and I will be correct now. Kitab should be giving key at least. Let's see. There we go. We got the first part correct. Now we have THA to finish. So how do we get THA? Now this is for THA. There we go. Ta. We can replace that ta with this ta. Ta. And extra A would mean ah, right? So that will be from here. AA. So these are the primary matches. These are the secondary matches. R would need replacement. So let's get the R. Let's see the vowel sign first. Vowel sign correct. Then we have the R. There we go. R. And compile. We got one more thing correct. Now what remains is the bar part. Now where do we get BA? So in Hindi you don't need the A part because B is itself fine. This is a core difference from Malayalam. So we need to get the ba. Where is the ba here? Kitab, ba, comment. There we go. I compile it, run it again. There you go. The test all passed. We got the expected output. Now if we try this to type here, we'll be getting it properly correct. Mm, now the other problem is that how can we test it on live or by typing it live? So one way to do that would be to preferences. I will go to input method Hindi. Since I installed Hindi at the beginning, I can get that here. Right, so it's Hindi. Varnam Hindi will be there, and that is using the existing one, right? So that will be there. Now if I go and type it somewhere, say Varnam Hindi, so this is the existing Hindi skill there. And so there's a problem here. You can see that. So to test the live VST file, because we have already compiled, this is the testing version we are working on right now. We can link this to the folder where schemes are. So the schemes are at ls, wait, ls slash user slash local slash key. Yeah, share slash Varnam slash scheme. So this is where the files are, the VST Varnam simple. This is called Varnam simple table. So there is where that is where the files are. Now we can link the file that we have here to the we have schemes slash hi slash site.vst. Basically this file. So we're going to link this file to the system version and wait, yeah, hi.vst. So we need to force it as well because the file already exists. Now, if I do that, the system version will be replaced. Now if I try Hindi, you can see that because it's a Malayalam version, right? Only kitab word will be properly correct. K works, TH works, A works, A works, B works. But if I type anything else, it will be Malayalam because I have Malayalam. So you can live test it in that way. And I think okay, let me try replacing another character. Let's say uh, let's try another word. I guess that's maybe better. So one more word I'm going to add here. Another word that I can add here is let's say another Hindi word. Let's get a proper Hindi word from here somewhere. Pita would be a good word, or Mata would be a good word. Let's try with Pita. To get Pita, I think P-I-T-H, Pita. Pita or Pita, because it's an R exponent, exact. I forgot the word, but that version. So we can get this one, P-I. Now let's try P-I here. No, A here, yeah. I'm going to replace the A here with the version from here. So I'm going to the par character here. Par. Wait, that's not the character. This is the character. Here, I we already did with GitHub, so that's fine. THA already did. I is already there, so that will be working fine. Now, if I switch the language here, let's switch to here, PI. So I think the P didn't get reflected here. Maybe we'll try it again. Oh wait, we didn't compile. Oh, forgot. Yeah, we should compile. Okay, let's compile it. Yeah, Pita, the test got correct because we already have it correct. Now, if I switch the language, there we go. We have Hindi now for this as well. So you can add more test cases here, live test it, modify the schemes, compile it, do this after a while, and you can get a proper Hindi scheme. So that's how you make a scheme in Varnam. And again, you can run this test onto the log file so that so to a file, redirect the output to a file so that you can get the output pretty much clear here. You can see if there is an error, so those are the things that you just need to test for getting schemes correctly. The next part would be to get the popularity. So similarly to Malayalam has a simple frequency report, you can also get the make a simple frequency report for Hindi, and that can be used to populate the weight column. At the moment, weight column is null. There's nothing here, so you need to follow another step for getting the weight column. So that is mentioned as a readme in this file. So this has the readme about word frequency report. But no word frequency. No word frequency. Yeah, populating the weight column in VS. So you can follow that part to get the VS part. So this is how you basically contribute a scheme to Varnam. And if you have any doubts or something, you can always go to the about page, and we have the Telegram biometrics mentioned there. Thank you.